Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I hope you are well and you're recovering from your Thanksgiving festivities, whatever they might be. The big news at Cricut today, being Black Friday, is that they came out with a Black Friday mystery box that contains the cobalt blue Cricut Cutie, which is absolutely adorable, and I'm looking for mine. I don't see it around here, sorry. But today I'm getting back to my regular routine, as we all are, I'm sure. And we're going to go over some cards. And since I kind of missed a couple of days, I thought I would give you 3 cards in this one video. So we're going to be doing what is dubbed simple cards. And here are the 3 that we're going to look at today. This one is just a Merry Christmas. Merry and Bright seems to be a popular saying. And then this really intricate Joy to All that features I put gold here. These are called simple cards. But simple does not have to mean unelegant. You know, I think a lot of people, they look at simple cards and they think, oh, but remember, it's not the amount of time you put into making a card. It's, you know, the thought and care that you take to put it together. And, you know, it just, most people who are not Cricut devotees like you are, like we are, they look at these cards and they just melt. They think they're wonderful. And they don't need to know that it really is just 2 pieces of paper that you cut out. And in this case, this is the Merry and Bright one. And I'm going to give you all of the cards. Actually, there might be a half a dozen or so of these cards in the file that I'm going to put in the description of this video. So feel free to go through and click through on that free file. These are all free, at least for Cricut Access customers. There might be a small cost when you go to print them if you are not a Cricut Access customer. And if you're not already a Cricut Access subscriber, I would suggest it. There's just, you know, here's what happened. I'll go back if you're new to Cricut. Way back, before they came out with the Explore machines, they used to have these machines that ran on a cartridge, right? And you'd install the cartridge, and on the cartridge would have all these images, image set. And you could only cut from the cartridge. It was very limited. So when they came out with this online, and nothing was online, by the way, they just had these cartridges, and it was very limited. And the CEO came in and he said, no, we need to make this online. And so what happened was people said, well, what about all the cartridges that we bought? And these cartridges were really pricey. At one point, I think that they were like $70 or $80 for some of them. And I am not ashamed to say that I bought some of them at that price way back when. But when they went online, they took all of those cards and they put them on in their library. And so if you, I don't say cards, those images, those cartridges, they put them in their library. And if you already owned it, you connected it, you linked it. But going forward, they added more images, so it's become way bigger than it was. However, you know, they wanted to make sure people who had already made an investment didn't have to reinvest. Wasn't that refreshing? Because there are a lot of companies that don't care. Like when they went from CDs or DVDs to Blu-rays, you know, they didn't care that you already bought all those. They said, well, you just got to buy the new format, right? Well, not Cricut. Cricut decided to do to do something better than what some of the other technology companies are doing and give you credit for stuff that you already paid for. And they allowed you to have all the cartridges you already paid for. And then also you could buy more, or you could be a subscriber. That's what the Cricut subscription program, which is called Access, is all about. It's a monthly, you can pay yearly, but it's a monthly subscription that gives you access to, hundreds and hundreds of these old cartridges that otherwise would have been lost to in the archives, I suppose. But it's a great way for you to go back. Now, see, here's the thing. When I was a customer with the cartridge system, I owned a number of great cartridges, and I think these are all from one called Simple Holiday Cards. They all had different names to them. And I think people forget, they come out with all these new images and they forget to go trolling in the archives. That's what I call it. It's sort of like a library. They put the new bestsellers and all that in the front, but sometimes you want to dig a little deeper, find something that's old, that's new again. That's sort of vintage crafting, if you ask me. And so I always go and look for different things, and these ones here came up in my searches as they're called Simple Holiday Cards. But I don't know about you, but let me show you this one. And I just used my precision tip glue. There is nothing simple about this card. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's simple to make because the machine does all the work, right? But I mean, this is just so beautiful. Who would not want to receive a card like this? So beautiful. And again, I used my precision tip glue. This is our glitter glue. Needs to keep that. I'm always losing the needle. But these are just fabulous little cards that you can make. These are sized. The ones that I'm going to give you are sized in that smaller A2 size. But you can make them bigger. You can make them a 5x7 card. Just remember that the width has to be 10. So 10 by 7 if you wanted to do it that way. If you wanted to continue with this size, just cut them out. And by the way, I never make my envelopes. Well, I don't want to say never. I sometimes make envelopes for a irregularly shaped card, like a square card or a box card or something that needs a little gusset or something. But I don't tend to take the time and the effort. It's so much easier to go when they're on sale, especially, but to go to like AC Moore or whatever your craft store happens to be, Michael's or whatever, and buy the envelopes in packs of 25 or 50. Just the envelopes. You don't need the cards, and they do sell them that way. I think also I've purchased the envelopes online. If I can find out where I've purchased them, I'll put that in the description. But you see what I'm doing, I know I'm talking while I'm doing this, but what I'm doing is, I hope I'm in the, yeah, here we go, is I'm putting the glue using my precision tip. Now here's a tip about glue and precision tip. You do not need a lot of glue. If you're using the right glue, you do not need a lot of glue. And what you want to avoid doing is having glue come seeping through, through the cut. So what this is, basically, it's just a cutout, and then you put the paper behind it to give it, so you can see the design. And in this particular one, it's actually, it's a card, and then this card that has a fold over. So you don't want to put a whole lot of glue there. You just want to put enough that it's going to give enough tack to hold that card base, or hold the front to the back of the base. And again, here's another tip. I don't glue the back. I just don't, because I think it's a little more professional that way. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I do it. And these are so much fun because you could sit down, you could cut out a bunch of these with, you know, and sit down with your girlfriends or your kids or your grandchild and put together a slew of cards and do different, you can do different things. For instance, here I did gold, but here I did silver. Actually, here, silver and gold. I think the gold looks better. Here I used pattern paper, but here I used a solid colored paper. So you can mix and match them to whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. And that's what this is about too, right? It's creativity. And if it makes you happy, then just do it. Doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah, you know, I've mentioned this before. It's not the whole world or anything, but it makes you happy and makes you a happier person. So, and that reflects in the way you live your life too. So there is importance to that. Now I'm going to come back later, tomorrow maybe, to show you if you are bothered by the fact that there is this, you know, backing that you're putting there and they might not match. I'm going to show you a technique. See, this one here, it's white on white, but you can see the difference. If that bothers you, I have to admit, it kind of bothers me a little bit. It doesn't happen with this one because you have that card, the inner card. But if that bothers you, I'm going to show you a technique on how to turn a simple card like this into just a card base, a front. It's kind of a simple technique that I developed, and I really love it because then I can take and glue to a plain card, and you won't see the different color. You just see the front of the card. You open it up and it's white. I'm going to show you that technique on what I do to create that. It requires some slicing, and I'll show you how to do that on the computer in an upcoming video. But in the meantime, if you have some free time today, check out this this file. And again, it might include more than these three, but I'm going to definitely guarantee that you'll get these three, and you know, try them out. Just download the file from your computer to Design Space. All you do is you just click on the link that's in the description and then open it up. And if you want to save it, you can do a save as, and that way you can save these for later or whatever. But these are simple holiday cards for you. Thanks so much for coming today. My name is Rita, and this is my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. I'm so happy to be bringing you this Cricut stuff, this Cricut information. I'm a Cricut Product Expert, and I have been for several years, and this is my channel. I am so happy to report that I have now hit the 1900 subscribers mark on my YouTube channel, and my goal is 2,000 for the year, for the end of the year, which to me is just so amazing. I was talking to my friend Brian about this not too long ago, and he was one of my first subscribers, and he's like, I can't believe that you're up to the 1900, and I can't either, to be honest. I'm just so enthralled to be able to be with you on a regular basis and tell you about this thing that I love so much, this craft, these machines that I love so much. It's such a wonderful company to be associated with, and it's just so, it makes me feel so incredibly gifted to be able to do these sorts of handmade creations. Remember when we used to do this stuff by hand? Oh my goodness. I remember that with the X-Acto knives and everything. Can't really deal with that. There's no way that you're going to get this kind of intricacy with an X-Acto knife. I'm sorry. I know some people also use those dies that go rolling in. I personally can't use those because I have issues with my joints, and I can't use those cranky things. So that's why I love my machine. It allows me to be a very creative and very artistic person without any heavy lifting, so to speak. So thanks so much. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. We have giveaways, we have fun, we have tutorials all the time, and we love to have you. Thanks so much for coming today. Have a great weekend.